Welcome to our deep dive on whether your annual bonus should go to a Roth IRA or a home down payment. To begin, we will frame the decision through time horizon, flexibility, and risk. Next, we will analyze the benefits of tax-advantaged retirement accounts. Then we will contrast these with the strategic advantages of homeownership. Finally, we will provide a step-by-step decision framework, practical safe parking options for a near-term down payment, and quick quiz checkpoints to reinforce your learning. Here is our roadmap. First, we will set the context for this decision. Next, we will discuss why maxing a Roth IRA is often a default priority. Then, we will explore the case for prioritizing a down payment if your purchase horizon is within 4 to 6 years. After that, we will outline safe vehicles for short-term funds. We will then move into a practical decision framework and sample scenarios, followed by a couple of short quizzes to test comprehension. Lastly, we will summarize key points and wrap up. Before we proceed, this video is educational and does not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. Your situation is unique. Please consult a fiduciary financial advisor or tax professional to tailor these concepts to your goals, risk tolerance, and jurisdiction. Now, with that context established, let us transition to why the Roth IRA often takes priority. Let us start with the Roth IRA. The key advantages are permanent tax-free growth and annual contribution space that resets each calendar year. If you do not use the space, you lose it forever. For younger professionals, especially around age 28, compounding in a tax-advantaged account over decades can be extremely powerful. Meanwhile, if your home purchase is several years away, tax efficiency may deliver higher lifetime value. Next, we will quantify how early contributions can compound. Here is a quick illustration. If you contribute $6,500 to a Roth IRA at age 28 and it compounds at 7% annually for 37 years, the future value is roughly $80,000, and withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. Because Roth contribution limits reset each year, failing to contribute means losing that year's unique tax-advantaged space forever. Although Roth accounts are meant for retirement, many investors appreciate that contributions, not earnings, can often be withdrawn without penalty, providing limited flexibility if absolutely necessary. Finally, tax-free income in retirement can buffer you against future tax rate uncertainty. Now let us consider the case for prioritizing a home down payment if your horizon is nearer. If your goal is a home purchase within 4 to 6 years, liquidity becomes essential. Routing your bonus to a down payment fund can pull forward the purchase date, potentially reducing time spent renting and aligning your lifestyle sooner with your goals. Moreover, a paid-off home later in life can be a powerful retirement tool because removing or reducing housing costs lowers the income you will need in your 60s and 70s. However, because the withdrawal window is relatively short, the capital for a down payment should be kept in low-risk, short-duration instruments. Next, let us outline which vehicles fit that need. Here is a practical checklist. First, use a high-yield savings account to maintain instant liquidity. Second, consider short-term United States Treasuries or Treasury money market funds to capture high-quality yields with minimal interest rate risk. Third, if your timeline is relatively fixed, you can build a certificate of deposit ladder for insured returns. Fourth, keep duration short and avoid stocks or long-duration bonds for near-term goals. Finally, automate transfers from your bonus and monthly surplus into this dedicated account to stay on track. With parking options clarified, let us map your decision process. Use this decision framework to triage your bonus. Start with prerequisites. Ensure you capture your employer match and maintain a sufficient emergency fund. Next, evaluate the time horizon. If your purchase is more than 6 years away, the Roth IRA often provides higher lifetime value due to compounding and tax advantages. If the horizon is 4 to 6 years and you have the match secured, favor the down payment fund, but keep that capital low risk. Revisit this allocation annually as your goals, income, and markets change. Now let us compare the trade-offs side by side. On the left, the Roth IRA offers permanent tax-free growth, annual contribution space that disappears if unused, and diversification of future tax risk. There can be limited flexibility in withdrawing contributions. On the right, allocating funds to a down payment preserves liquidity for a near-term purchase, may reduce years of renting, promotes housing stability, and can lower the income you will need in retirement if housing costs are ultimately reduced. This is a strategic trade-off between lifetime tax efficiency and achieving a lifestyle goal sooner. Next, let us put numbers to a sample scenario. Consider a simplified illustration. Allocating $6,500 to a Roth IRA at age 28 and compounding at 7% for 37 years yields roughly $80,000 tax-free in retirement. Alternatively, placing the same $6,500 in a low-risk vehicle at 4.5% for 4 years grows to about $7,726, and if it accelerates your purchase by 3 months at $2,000 monthly rent, you might avoid about $6,000 of rent. These are simplified figures and exclude taxes, transaction costs, and variations in housing expenses versus rent.
Now let us test your understanding with a quick quiz.
Question 1. Which statement best explains why young professionals often prioritize Roth IRA contributions? Option A. Because Roth IRAs guarantee higher returns than any other account. Option B. Because unused annual Roth contribution space is permanently lost, and tax-free compounding over decades is powerful. Option C. Because Roth withdrawals are always penalty-free for any reason. Option D. Because Roth IRAs have no investment risk. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video.
The correct answer is Option B. The combination of use-it-or-lose-it contribution space and long-term tax-free compounding is especially valuable early in your career.
Now let us move to our second quick question on safe parking for near-term goals. Question 2. If you plan to buy a home in about 4 years, where is the most appropriate place to keep your down payment funds? Option A, a broad stock market index fund. Option B, a high-yield savings account or short-term United States Treasuries. Option C, cryptocurrencies for potentially higher returns. Option D, an IPO-focused equity fund. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is Option B. For short horizons, safety and liquidity are more important than return, which is why high-yield savings accounts and short-term treasuries are appropriate choices. Next, we will visualize a realistic timeline to organize your plan. This timeline outlines a 4 to 6 year journey to homeownership. In year 0, establish your high-yield savings account and short-term treasury approach. In years 1 and 2, automate transfers from your bonus and monthly surplus and periodically reassess your target housing market. In year 3, prepare for pre-approval by optimizing your credit profile and debt-to-income ratio. In year 4, begin active house hunting while maintaining liquidity for earnest money and inspections. In years 5 to 6, execute the purchase when your criteria are met and keep closing costs in cash equivalents. At every step, reassess annually and keep portfolio risk low for the down payment funds. Now let us present a visual allocation example. This pie chart illustrates a sample split of a bonus across objectives. 60% goes to the Roth IRA to capture tax-advantaged growth, 30% to the down payment fund to advance a near-term goal, and 10% to a fund or contingency buffer to preserve motivation and flexibility. These percentages are purely illustrative.
Your allocation should be driven by your time horizon, retirement plan milestones, and personal priorities. Next, we will consolidate the main takeaways. The key points are as follows. First, the Roth IRA provides tax-free growth and annual contribution space that disappears if unused, making it a strong default for longer horizons. Second, for a home purchase in 4 to 6 years, liquidity and low-risk investing take priority and may pull the purchase forward. Third, always match the investment vehicle to the time horizon, using high-yield savings, short-term treasuries, money markets, and certificates of deposit for near-term goals. Fourth, define your retirement vision and milestones first, then allocate to the nearest goal and rebalance each year as your situation evolves. Now let us summarize the full arc of the discussion. In summary, validate foundational steps such as securing your employer match and maintaining an emergency fund. If your time horizon for a home purchase exceeds 6 years, the Roth IRA often delivers superior lifetime value through tax-free compounding. If your horizon is 4 to 6 years and those foundations are in place, directing funds to a down payment can bring forward your purchase date, provided you keep the capital in safe, liquid instruments. Reassess annually and ensure all decisions align with your broader retirement vision. Finally, let us close with a quick thank you and a call to action.
Thank you for joining. If you found this valuable, please like the video, share it with a friend who is weighing the same trade-off, and subscribe for more evidence-based financial deep dives. In the comments, tell us your plan and why. Roth, down payment, or both. Your perspective can help others make better decisions.